Hey y'all, welcome back to the ranch. I'm Jared Paul, and today we are going to be taking a look inside at some nice tropical palm trees, my Sago palms. But I wanted to show you the winterscape out here in northwest Connecticut. Got some Christmas decorations done. On the right, that is my Fraser fir. I bought it last year, and it really filled in nice. All I did was take down the apex in the early spring, and I let it grow. So this thing's really looking cool and full and healthy. That is not planted into the ground. It's still in a burlap, huge root ball with tons of soil. And then I covered that in soil and some mulch and pine straw to keep the moisture in. So that one is not a permanent one either. And then I have my blue spruce that I have made kind of gnarly and weeping over the year. So that's set up. Got a few thujas there in a little mock hedge planting. Had a lot of growth in one direction this year. So in the early spring, I'll be definitely attacking that. And then I got my triplets over here. These are like the Marley brothers, like they have dreadlocks. Love them. Weeping Norwegian spruce. And I'm liking how this snow will keep them nice and insulated. So this is like my Christmas corner. One more golden yellow thuja right there. So I've got lights and ornaments and stuff right over here on these three, but they haven't made it over to these, so the lights aren't plugged in. But I'll get you the update on that one too. So that's what's coming up on today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai. All right, y'all. So this is going to be today's project. So this is one of my Sago palms, and this is the other of my Sago palms. So you see this one, it has a lot more rows, but much smaller branching, even though it's got a nice bulb. So I got this one from a Connecticut nursery at the end of summer, and it was kind of like a huge clearance giveaway type of thing. And then this one I got for Laura for her birthday, I don't know, 3, maybe 4 years ago, down on Ladies Island, South Carolina, and it was at Barefoot Farms. This awesome family. They've been there forever. And this guy literally does all of his vegetable and fruit farming completely barefoot. So really sandy soil. And he probably dug these up in the wild off of his property. That's kind of how they grow down there. You know, the Palmetto State, they have all sorts of palms everywhere. But I love these as decorative. I used to actually volunteer for landscaping jobs that involved cleaning these up, because when they get all bushy and crazy, it's because a lot of pups start forming at the bottom and they start kicking off their own canopies. So it kind of looks like a mess, but you can take those pups off, pop them right off the base and replant them, and they'll root. And then you just raise this canopy up, you know, so this bulb will grow higher and higher and higher. I'm going to put in some photos that I pulled off of the internet right now. And there's some examples of clusters that are in the wild, clusters that have been developed and the canopies have been cleaned up and brought up, and then some that are just left natural and full. So I'll put those in right now. Okay, so my intention for this is to take this one and pot them directly into this huge blue tropical pot. It's like my largest indoor pot. And I want to create a cluster as if they were naturally in the wild. So I want to plant them on angles so that they'll start coming up and growing their canopies away from each other. And then I'm between putting in an avocado plant / tree or my really, really large pencil cactus cutting that has serious roots. And that's going to be a planting of 3 in that big blue pot. Actually, what I'm waiting on is a master gardener friend of mine. She had to do a little research, because I asked, can I defoliate these and repot them in the same day, this species? I worked with these a lot in South Carolina, but always outdoors where the climate is hot and subtropical, very humid. And so these are easy to reroot and work with and transplant. You prune them, pop them in the ground, boom, next year you have as many as you planted. So once I get that info back, my hopes is that I can, and I'm going to defoliate these guys on a time lapse, plant them in an angle, and then decide between the avocado or the pencil cactus cutting. So, all right, y'all. So I just heard back from my friend, the master gardener, and she actually said that it would put way too much stress on the tree to defoliate and repot. So the suggestion was to defoliate just the bottom branches, raise the canopy a little bit, not complete defoliation, and then in the late winter, early spring, to go ahead and repot them then. So finally heard back. And I'm glad I waited, because that would be terrible if I killed both of them. So I'm going to set up a little time lapse right now, get these pruned up, and then I'm thinking that we could use these branches and make some cool Christmas wreaths. So stand by. All right, y'all. So it is time for some English Premier League soccer. And I'm going to put these palms back where they were sitting before I had the idea to put them together. But I just realized that I didn't give you a close-up from my video the other day of this little African baobab tree from a cutting. See, we're getting some growth out the top of that. St. Martin, go green. Rest your ash here. I just thought that was hilarious as a bonsai pot. And then you see that nice, healthy zebra and the crawling succulent that I got probably today while I'm watching Liverpool kick butt. I'm going to take all these little dead leaves off here and expose that nice trunk of these succulents. So I think it's looking good. These coral and rocks from St. Martin with the little pot. And actually this is a reindeer. Oh my gosh, I almost took out the baobab. But this is a reindeer that I made in woodshop in 9th grade. So what are you, 13, 14 then? And I made it for my grandmother, Lucia Sangali. And, once she passed, it was given back to me. And so anyways, I just think that thing's so cool. It's terrible. I did a terrible job. But I know she liked it. And it brings up fond memories. So, all right, from Jarhead Bonsai, I hope your holiday season's going well, y'all. Have a great day.